Okay, so I'm going to present a study on transforming coercive processes and family routines with a Taiwanese family of a child with moderate intellectual disability. This is Amanda and her family. She was 8 years old when we started the study, 12 years old when we completed it. It was a longitudinal study, and she had a moderate intellectual disability. Her family was from Taiwan. At the start of the study, the mother was a homemaker. The father, then in the midst of the study, she got a job in human relations with the government organization. The father was a money trader working out of home, and it wasn't working very well. He was basically up at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to trade money in the Asian market, but it wasn't going very well. Then, in the midst of the study, he got a job as a liaison for new immigrants for a school district. Problem behaviors was vast, noncompliance, defiance, screaming, crying, but the one that troubled the family the most was physical aggression. She was regularly attacking her mother, and her mother, being from a very culture that really emphasizes nonviolence, she's a practicing Buddhist, she would just cower and, just try and hide and just pray that her daughter would stop hitting her. And this happened every week for years. So you can think it was a very difficult situation. The routines the family wanted to work on were parent preparing supper, child free time, and bedtime. And you see this bowl of food, that's a very traditional Taiwanese bowl of soup, very, very popular in Taiwan, and the mother was very good at making that soup. So this is the plan we developed. I won't go through every strategy, but we use social stories to help Amanda understand the steps and expectations of routine. The family used a timer to help Amanda predict when parental attention would be returned. The big issue for Amanda from the functional assessment was attention. Almost all her behavior was driven by attention. She used problem behavior to get parental attention. So the mother cowering in a corner and crying and saying, "Please stop hitting me," was just attention to this girl. She was naive. She didn't understand that that wasn't a good thing. And also the parents offered her choices, which helped promote cooperation. So in terms of teaching strategies, they use errorless teaching strategies. They learn to use errorless teaching strategies, like Christy mentioned, proactively assisting to ensure success. And they also taught Amanda to use appropriate language to communicate her wants and needs. For example, asking nicely for attention or help. In regard to consequence strategies, the parents learned quite well to give praise and rewards contingent on desired behavior, playing nicely on her own, remaining occupied while parent is busy, complying to requests. And also they honored her requests when she asked for attention or help. And for major problem behavior, the parents learned to remove themselves for 1 minute and then redirect her. So the parents actually learned to go into another room for 1 minute, keep the door closed, then come out and redirect her. Because any type of physical movement her into some sort of timeout place was just attention, functionally. So they'd learned so that was a functional timeout. Just remove yourself for 1 minute and come back. This way the child experiences just the opposite of attention for 1 minute. The whole idea is to weaken the problem behavior, not to punish it, just to communicate to her that it doesn't work. You don't get attention when you engage in problem behavior. Here's the cultural fit considerations for this family. We began the intervention with the mother because the father found this way of thinking very difficult. Culturally, it wasn't a fit for him. So he's very skeptical, but the mother was willing to try. We also went the family's pace. Because this was culturally so incongruent with the way they were raised in terms of the way they were taught to be parents and respond to problem behavior, they wanted to go really slow. And so we went their pace. We didn't push them, we went their pace. And also we built on one of the strongest family belief systems, which was their beliefs as practicing Buddhists. How did that play out? The parents informed us that they were soulmates. They had been together for many lifetimes, and they had this profound trust in each other. The father had this incredible love for the wife and the wife for the father, and the father was very responsive to his wife's input, direction, because he had complete trust in her. And so we actually recruited the mother to help teach the father, because the truth of the matter is I couldn't. Christy could, and the mother could, but whenever I tried to teach the father how to change his behavior, I would get resistance. It's like, a guy can't come into a guy's house and change his behavior, right? But my wife, who is my soul partner, can. Does that make sense? So that was a very powerful belief system that really helped us. And regarding the data, here we see percentage of intervals of problem behavior. and then percentage of steps completed. Problem behavior is the closed circles. Steps completed are the open squares. This is the independent play routine. This is the bedtime routine. We started with the independent play routine while the parent is busy, right? Cooking supper. And you can see that problem behaviors are moderately high, and steps completed are going downward, not upward. And then in bedtime, you see that steps completed are not going up too much. They're pretty much staying at a low level, and problem behaviors are maintaining at a moderate level. They're not getting better. But after initial training, you see this leap in steps completed and a complete drop in problem behavior. And you see the same thing with the bedtime routine. Do you see this change? And this maintained for quite some time. You see the dates, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we did follow-up at 3, 9, and 12 months, and you can see that the change is largely maintained. You see this small regression here, right here? That was the father electing to do the routine for the mother during the observation session out of a sense of magnanimity, even though he hadn't done it for 3 months. So you can imagine he lost stimulus control, but the observer didn't quite, so said, sure, go ahead. And it didn't quite work. So I actually negotiated with the mother, how are we going to make sure that the next time the father does it, it works? Because we need to do this again with the father. And the mother said, let me take care of it. I will retrain my husband, and I'll call you in 2 weeks. So she called me in 2 weeks, and I said, we're ready. So the observer went back in, and the father did wonderfully. So that's an example of empowerment, right? The mother was the one who did the booster session with the father. It was lovely. And so just to put some life to this, here is an example of I'm going to only play a small part of this because we're a little bit close on time. But this is baseline before we help the family. A promise is a promise. She's leaving her assigned area. Mother doesn't want her in the kitchen.
You can watch TV, or you can read the storybook over.
I'm going to fast forward now. Now she's getting into things. Being by the stove is dangerous. She's all over the stove.
Oh, you know the monster. Come on. Come on. That's a monster. You know monsters?
Now let me show you the conclusion, because the conclusion is the most telling event.
2 minutes. Okay. So I'll go first. See, you can watch more sisters. I'll be there, okay? You sit here. If you want to watch, you can sit over here watch.
And so to see the mother wasn't able to cook, she was always needing to be right there with her, and she would cry and engage in other problem behavior to make sure that she was there. What happened? Okay. And here is now intervention. There we go.
Don't come getting closer.
Well, that's the end of that one.
There, not here.
There we go. And now we go back to here. And now we go here. There we go. Okay, now here's intervention.
When I read a story with mom, I can listen. I can keep hands to myself. How do you keep your hands to yourself? Very good job. And wait for my turn. Then mom will read the story to me. Very good. Keeping hands to yourself. Playing by myself will be a lot of fun first. I will choose something I like to play with from my choice board. This one. Very good job keeping hands to yourself. Next, I will sit down to play with my toy.
So mother is going over the social
I can
story.
play with my toy in my play area. which is the living room, or at the island in my special chair.
Chair.
Yeah, that's the special chair for Abby, exactly. Super babies. And this is Animal Adventures, and this is a Catch the Stars. Which one you want? Good job. Very good choice, Abby.
Yeah. Can you play with me?
Yeah, I'll play with you for a while, and I have to cook the dinner, okay? So I want to play Play-Doh, okay? When time is, Mommy will come back. This is a flower. Okay.
I think I'll play with you. Dora! Don't worry, Boozy.
Abby, quit watching TV by yourself, Abby. Very good job. For 4 minutes, Mommy will come play with you, okay?
When we don't
Is it dinner time?
Yeah. Matt, that's right.
For 1 minute, I can play with you.
Here's the star. Here's the door.
Hey, Abby.
The star.
Great job by yourself. And remember, if you share your toy and let Mommy take a turn, listen to Mommy. Yeah, I want to play with you. Come on. Is that the egg? Okay, for me, yes. It looks like I can make another one for you. You pick it up. Oh, you know what? I can make something special.
And so now the family was able to prepare the meal while she was able to entertain herself. And what was very interesting, and rather than me tell the story, I'll let the family do it. In a moment, the family will talk to you about their experience. But right now, in regard to the social validity data, the family across 4 years of work evaluated the social validity of the intervention as a 5. There was no range. And the social validity measure was administered 10 times. In regard to goodness of fit, they evaluated it as a 4.7 out of 5 with some range. And so now the family will talk to you about their experience. This is about 12 minutes long. I'm going to shorten a little bit, but I'll get it started and move through it. This is the family's experience and perspective.
Introduce
Hi,
ourselves.
I'm Douglas.
My name is Jessica. We have a daughter named Abby. She's in the 6th grade. We also have another daughter, Alice. She's in grade 12 in high school. Hi, this is our daughter, Abby. She's 12 years old and in grade 6.
I'm in 6, not 7.
No, you're in grade 6.
Yeah.
But you're 12 years
years
old,
old.
and you're doing very well at school. You're doing awesome at school.
Yeah.
We are very, very proud of you. Our life, pretty much we didn't have a life.
What does that mean?
We felt we living in a jail, and we don't have any freedom. We
In
didn't.
personal life?
Yeah,
I
we didn't have anything. Everything for us is like a fight. It's like a fight every minute.
Well, I guess
would-
she said no to everything we asked her to do, so that
And she
took a
was-
lot of our energy.
Yeah, it happened every day. It's tons of stories like, we want her to take her, just following to the park, and we want her to dress up easy, just put on a coat, a jacket because outside it's raining, or just raining cold because it was raining cold, whatever. She just simply won't do it. If we want to do it, she would just took off the jacket and throw on the ground, and when we bend over and to pick up the jacket, probably she'll push me and she will kick me because she wasn't happy and she didn't have the ability to communicate with us. And by that time, we didn't understand. We really don't understand what did she want and that kind of stuff. We were very stressful. So I would like to talk about the dinner prep routine. Before we participate in this special project, we couldn't cook. Not even 1 second, because for Abby, she has to see my face. So there's no way for me to cook, even wash vegetables or do something at the sink in the kitchen, nothing possible. Because she has to be very close to me. Her behavior will be like kicking, yelling, and pushing, and throwing stuff. Anything she can grab, she will throw at me, throw at the floor, throw anywhere. She always go to the one who is not available. So we couldn't figure it out why. Like if I want to cook and Daddy want to play with her, no way, she wanted me. And okay, I stopped cooking and I play with her, and Daddy went to cook. No way, again, that time she wanted Daddy. We would buy takeout very, very often more than you can imagine. We're down to like we really have no choices, because all the restaurants, all the food court, and you name it, we had it. Dinner prep routine right now, it's like we are kind of normal family. She can play by herself because she can sit in her own area, even our family room or at the end of the island. That's her areas. So she will play puzzles or drawing or coloring, and while we're chit-chatting with her, or she can watch TV, so she won't come any closer to us. We can cook, we can really enjoy our cooking time, and after that will be easy. It is an easy task right now. We don't fight at all, and we can prepare our dinner and enjoy our family meal every day. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. Now we start training her to help us to set up the dinner table.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, she can help, like if we're having salad, she can help us to prepare the vegetables, and she can help us watch some like fruits. Easy task. That's our goal, our version.
We have to have this one.
Working with Christy, our behavior consultant, it is the most wonderful experience we could ever ask. She's very understanding, and she is very patient.
Caring.
Yeah, very caring. She cares about us very, very much, and she never criticizes us at all. Not even. She always gives us a lot of time and space, and shows a lot of respect to us. So that means a lot.
She always gave us time and space to absorb the new concept.
And she really respects us. We want to work out at our own pace. But Christy never pushed us like, today is the day, and are you ready? No, every time she asks like, when do we want to start the new routine, she always tells us that she's only going to take the baby steps, step by step. So she will make sure this step is ready before she moves to take us to the next step. That makes us like feel very comfortable, and that's the major reason why we started. And then from the first day, we practiced every day. It wasn't easy, trust me, it wasn't easy, because we are human beings, we are not robots. We have our feelings, our emotions, and at the beginning we felt so many times because we didn't see any changes. But Christy, she never gave up. She just say, don't worry about it, it was good, it was better than last time. She always comforted me and showed a lot of respect to me and to Douglas and whoever. Our life at home now, I started noticing I'm not afraid coming home anymore. I'm looking forward coming home to see Abby and to play with Abby, to spend more of my time with Abby. I'm not afraid of her anymore. I love her and truly enjoy every minute with her, and I'm very proud of being her mom. What are the things we can do now? We can do anything we want to do as long as we plan ahead. But again, Abby will need to, like, we have to plan our activities in advance. We pretty much like participate in the community, like daily activities like shopping, grocery shopping, community park, playground. If we don't say it, you would think we are a normal family. And now, like during the long weekends that just like past the spring break, we managed to go to Portland, Seattle, and those cities, and to visit the zoo, and we can do anything now.
Now we'll wrap it up here.
This is what we have to do, and we cannot give up. We have to do it every day. And there's no shortcut, and there's no expert coming to our house and fix a problem, we take over and done. No. It's based on our daily effort. I would say we've been married 20 years, right? We're still, can we use the word in love? Again.
Well,
yeah, it's very positive for us.
Well, I'll say before Abby was born, we were such a couple. Okay, we were.
Oh yeah, well, remember our friends describe us as your lovebirds. We go everywhere together. We're lovebirds.
Yeah, and after Abby was born, we had a lot of arguments. And
how to raise that kid.
Oh yes, we have different opinions, and we question each other very often. Yeah, but right now, I'll say we are right on the right track, and we are still such a couple.
It was a joy to work with that family, as you might imagine.